Grade 7 students. Welcome to our virtual class for the 4th quarter, week 6. I'm Abigail Sarmiento, your science teacher. Our lesson for today is about why do seasons change? In the previous discussion, we encountered that the Earth is rotating on its axis and revolving around the Sun. In connection with this, we are experiencing daytime and nighttime. Aside from that, we also experiencing different seasons, rainy and dry seasons. What is season and why do seasons occur? Seasons are short periods of climate change caused by changes in the amount of solar radiation or sunlight an area receives. It occurs because the Earth is tilted on its axis. Earth is not perpendicular to the plane of its orbit. It is tilted from the vertical by 23.5 degrees. What's the angle got to do with it? What is the difference between direct rays and oblique rays? Direct rays means that the rays of the sun hit the ground at 90 degrees. The rays are vertical or perpendicular to the ground. When the sun's rays strike the ground at a high angle, the ground receives a greater amount of solar system than when the rays are inclined. The result is greater warming. On the other hand, when the sun's rays come in at an oblique angle, the ground will receive a lesser amount of solar energy. That's because a lower angle solar energy will be distributed over a wider area. The place will then experience less heating up. Based on the picture below, in the amount of June, the North Pole is tilted toward the Sun. The Northern Hemisphere will then receive direct rays from the Sun. If the Sun rays hit the ground directly, the place will become warmer than when the rays are oblique. Therefore, it is summer in the Northern Hemisphere currently. But the Earth is not stationary. That was mentioned in the last module. The Earth goes around the Sun. What happens when the Earth has moved to the other side of the Sun? In December, the North Pole will be pointing away from the Sun. The Northern Hemisphere will no longer receive direct rays from the Sun. The Northern Hemisphere will then experience a time of cold. For temperature countries in the Northern Hemisphere, it will be winter. In tropical Philippines, it is simply the cold season. You know that there are 24 hours in a day. The length of daytime changes from month to month. When the North Pole is tilted toward the Sun, daytime will be longer than nighttime in the Northern Hemisphere. What happens when daytime is longer than nighttime and vice versa? The time is heating up during the day will be longer than the time of cooling down at night. The Northern Hemisphere steadily warms up and the result is summer. At the same time, in the Southern Hemisphere, the opposite is happening. Nights are longer than daytime. It is winter there. But when the Earth has moved farther along its orbit, the North Pole will then be tilted away from the Sun. Nighttime will be longer than daytime in the Northern Hemisphere. There would be a shorter time for heating up and longer time to cool down. The result is winter in the Northern Hemisphere. In tropical Philippines, it is the cold season. Meanwhile, it will be summer in the Southern Hemisphere. The shorter the length of daytime, the lesser the amount of energy received. The longer the length of daytime, the higher the amount of energy received. The shorter the length of daytime, the shorter will be the exposure of the Earth of the Sun, causing lesser amount of solar energy. The Earth's tilt plays a very important role in our lives. It changes lifestyles, even the clothes we wear, and our daily activities. And that is it for today's lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, GAITF, and log into your account at lcms.gaitf.com so that you can answer the quizzes and activities given by the teacher. Thank you for listening.